Hi, everybody, and welcome to our show. My name is Patrick Jones. I'm the president of Chicago A.B.A.T.E again. Tonight, again, we do not have Gina Woods. She must have forgot. You know, you get old, you forget things. We understand, Gina. You get old, and you forget. So maybe one day you'll remember that our show is here live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You can call us. It's 312-738-1060. Call us, Gina. Maybe we could do a phone call in or something. Gravity. It's a killer. I'm telling you. Right, Oscar? We got Oscar on the phone tonight, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, if you don't like the show, just give Oscar a call. He's waiting to hear from you. He's shaking his head. We don't have Rick tonight. We did have a nice interview with Rick last week, but let me tell you a little bit about Chicago A.B.A.T.E. Our meetings are on the third Wednesday of the month. We meet at 3848 North Harlem Avenue. It's a place called the Brewery. Nice place to meet. Lately, we've been having our meetings outside. We voted to be dark in August. Dark means we are not going to have an August meeting, so if anybody wants to just go out, go drink, have a good time. If you got an idea of going somewhere, let's do it. I'm in. Oscar's in. Let's do that. Okay, so 3848 North Harlem Avenue. You don't have to be a member. Just come on by, give us a try, and you never know. You might like it. You might stay. John and Debbie, let me tell you what happened. I tell everybody this. They came to the Spring Fling about 15 years ago. They never left. They never left. Not a bad thing. I see Omari's in the booth. Hello, my brother. Listen, CanTV, Omari needs a raise. He's wearing them same old-ass shoes, so get him some money so he can buy some new shoes. All right? I'm stumping for you. I love you guys. Now I'll get serious for 1 minute. CanTV is one of the best venues you can have for getting your message across to everybody. If there's something that you want to talk about, if there's a show that you can conceive in your mind, you come down here, you pitch it to them. If they like it, even if they don't like it, they'll put it on. I've seen some good shows, ours, great shows, and some not so great shows. But CanTV, and I'm not joking, they do all of this on a tight budget. They seek grant money for everything. So if you contact your politicians, ask them why they're not funding CanTV. We got a new mayor, Mayor Lightfoot. Mayor, congratulations. I see you're hitting the streets already with Big Eddie. Not a bad thing. Come on down to CanTV, Mayor. Get on. Help these guys. Tell City Council, you know what? Hey, guys, start calling RCN and AT&T and DirecTV and tell them, fund CanTV. Call Congress. Tell them, fund CanTV. Don't take federal money. That's my stump for CanTV tonight. If you're watching on CanTV, you're watching it for free. I own that. Me and Phil Jackson, we own that. So, now, back to motorcycling. So the third Wednesday of the month, we have our meetings. Meetings aren't bad. We sit outside most of the time, except for in the wintertime. A little bit loud sometimes with the trucks going by, but it's always a good time. You get a lot of information when you show up. The next thing that we have going on, and it's even before this. I had this one up already. See? Oscar, he's on the ball, man. This is what's coming up next. Our 33rd annual Spring Fling, Saturday, June 15th this year at A.B.A.T.E Woods. That's A.B.A.T.E number 1. When you come in, you go to you just stay left instead of going right. Come right down, you'll see us. Andy's got the bike game set up, the bike show set up. I hope he ordered the trophies already. We got vendors coming. It's going to be a good time. So, if you want to support the people, and when I say the people, I mean me, Oscar. Watch, I'm going to show you something. These people here, look at this, Oscar. Watch, I'm going to roll some credits here. So these people here that you see on this screen, every week, every day, every hour, almost every day, they bust their ass doing something for you while you're sitting on yours doing nothing. This guy here especially, he can sleep anywhere. That's John. We call him Sleepy. He can sleep anywhere. Oscar, you already know. All the rest, you do know. Look at this. Look at this sexy beast right here. Look. Oh, hey. Hi, Kim. So these are the guys that every day they're out there. They're doing something regarding A.B.A.T.E, whether it's receiving a phone call, sending a message to somebody, getting information out, selling tickets or inviting people to come to our spring fling. I'm telling you, these are the guys that are actually out there working every day for you. Even if you're not a member of A.B.A.T.E and you're just a motorcyclist, every day, A.B.A.T.E, the MRF, the AMA, they all do something for you, whether you know it or not. And I think at last count there was 350,000 registered motorcyclists in the state of Illinois. We're not at that capacity, but if it's spread out between A.B.A.T.E, the MRF, AMA, and some other groups, that's not a bad thing. But the guys that are actually sitting right now, we've got guys sitting in Springfield waiting to pounce on anything that comes up. Ski, if you're out there, give us a call. We could talk a little bit more. I think we beat up the autonomous vehicle stuff pretty bad already, so we can hold off on that. But if there's anything else coming down, let us know. He's standing there just waiting to spring into action. And let me tell you something. He's been on his game like you wouldn't believe. So, again, 33rd Annual Spring Fling. Make sure you're there. Help us help you. That's Andy saying. I stole it. What do we got coming up next? After that, we've got the state party. That's A.B.A.T.E of Illinois state party. And that's going to be down in Petersburg, Illinois. Petersburg is down in the Springfield area, just off to the side of it. It's a good time, a lot of good bands. You can join there. You got to be 18 years old, no attitudes. Wait, I got to show you a little foot. Where is it? Zone 3. I love working these buttons. Look at that. No attitudes. That's cool. So come on down. If you want to hit the state party, if you want more information about the state party, come hit us at the meeting on June 19th, and we'll have that for you. Cookie says he's going to call you and complain about Florida. Ski, really? I'll shoot you. I just have to. Cookie, thank you for watching the show. That's one viewer we got. Now we know we got one guy watching. So, if you have any questions or comments, please call in. Cookie, by the way, if I get another text message after 10, a group text for El Jala, I will be coming to the meeting, but not for pizza. I already told your boy Goose that. So, everybody, if you're out at Dino's, have them turn the TV to... Dino's is in Chicago, correct? Harlem and Higgins? Yeah.
Here's what I found.
Holy Jesus. Hi, Siri. I'll tease her later. So, Dino's is in Chicago. If you guys at Dino's are watching TV, flip it over to Channel 21. Watch us live. You can call in. My cousin even works there. So, win-win. Cookie, damn right. Don't know what it means. You know what it is? It's his ethnicity that I don't understand. That's what I think it is. Anyways, Cookie, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Still, nobody has emailed or texted the answer to the question I asked 4 weeks ago. Not the motorcycle police accident question, but I did ask about a particular bike and a particular song, if anybody knew what song it was. So if you know it, I'm not going to repeat the question. So this ain't Jeopardy. We don't do that. Call in, let us know. I have this to read. Oscar, I did read this the other day. This is, Oscar wrote this up. Very interesting. Who wrote this up, Oscar?
Illinois website I got it from.
He stole it. Typical Chicago gangster. He steals everything from some other website.
Copy and paste, that's all I did.
Let's see. Hey, Crash is watching. Hey, Crash, how are you guys doing? Come on down to the studio. Be on the show. We'll put you on. You're not too good looking to be on the show. I'll leave it at that. Anyways, the thing that Oscar stole from A.B.A.T.E of Illinois' website, that he cut and pasted and stole from A.B.A.T.E Illinois' website, you can go on A.B.A.T.E-il.org and find out anything you really want to know about A.B.A.T of Illinois. You can find whatever chapters. If you're watching this and you're anywhere in the state or anywhere, you can be in the world now because we're streaming live on the internet. You don't have to join the Chicago chapter. You can join Duquesne, DuPage, South Suburban, and there's a whole lot of others. There's a lot down south. Okay? There's an A.B.A.T chapter close to you. If you get an application, somebody hands it to you, it asks you somewheres in here, if I remember correctly, what your chapter preference is. Chapter preference, let's see. Chapter preference. So if you leave it blank, what they do is they go by your address and they put you in the chapter that's closest to you, which that's a pretty cool system. Unless you put Chicago on there, they put you wherever you're close to. You can always change. You could be a member of 2 or 3 or 5 chapters if you're willing to pay their dues every year. So think about it. If you're watching this and you're not a member, you can be a member. You can sponsor a kid to camp named Andy. And the best thing is, along with this application, once you get it in, you get a newsletter every month. You get be part of their legal service program. They got road service program, monthly newsletter, identification card, membership patch, year rockers. You got access to all the products that Oscar don't have, the state products, which he's working on. He's working. We got to get the thongs back. I keep telling him, we got to get the thongs back. Yeah? And with every thong we sell, we offer free installation. So that kind of backfired on me one year because we were down at the state seminar, and this guy Roger, big guy, like I'm big, but this guy, he's big. I call him Big Roger. He won it, and we went to give it to him. He's like, free installation. Yeah. He stood up on a chair. I put it on him over his pants. Yes, over his pants I put it on him. We did have one young lady that wanted it installed, and I did oblige. Au naturel, I put it on her, yes. So, yes, we do offer free installation, okay? Don't say how. We're going to get those back. Oscar does have a bunch of products, if you come out to the meetings, that he can share with you. You can rummage through all his stuff, look at his new pens and stuff, and all of this is at the meeting. All of these, start seeing motorcycle, zoom one, zoom this, start seeing motorcycles. He's even got small ones. And these come in a variety of colors, Oscar says, right? These little, yeah, all of this stuff, free. Come to the meeting, he's got it there if you want it. And he also gives you fake money, yes. Oscar gives you fake, A.B.A.T bucks, he calls them. So, come to the meeting, get them, and you can use them to get stuff, while you're at the meeting. The other thing that A.B.A.T, the state gives you is a legal service program, which you can call and get information, get some help with anything you got going on in your life. I think it just doesn't only pertain to motorcycling, so it's A.B.A.T Legal Services or something like that. Free accidental death and dismemberment insurance. I have never used it. I don't plan on using it, so, but I got that going for me. Yes. All this can be yours if you just come on down. Come on out to a meeting. Come out, visit us if you've got a party, an event coming up that you want to talk about. Come on out. There's always somebody there looking for someplace to go on a Tuesday, on a Thursday, on a Wednesday. Speaking of Tuesdays, tonight, 3519 West Fullerton. What goes on there, Oscar? Llama Wing Night. Rick says the first 50 people that show up, he's buying them a wing. So go on, start heading over. Wait till about 15 more minutes after the show, then go to Llama. And if you're at Llama, they've probably got us on the TV already, so enjoy that. Shout out to the guys at Llama Rick, we got to get you back on the show, talk with you again. Maybe one day when Mario's in town, we'll drag him out to the show. I think we've got, what do we got left, Oscar? Four more shows. So, 4 more shows to go, and I tried to get the great-granddaughter to come with me tonight. She wouldn't go. She wanted to go, but Grandma wouldn't bring her. Because I'll bring her out. Let me tell you something. There's a reason that we like to go home safe at night after a nice long ride, even in the rain like Oscar and I did on Sunday. Went for a ride in the rain. We got kids at home. We got family at home. We've got people waiting for us. We've got our neighbors that don't like us. They wonder what the hell happened to you too. You know, why they're stealing the stuff out of your garage. That's not, I'm joking about that one. Your neighbors probably do love you, except for a few of you. I'm sure your neighbors hate you with them loud motorcycles. I know they used to, the kid next door to me, when I would pull up on the bike, he would drop dead. He would just drop there and start screaming. So he's older now, and he doesn't do that anymore. In fact, he stops over to the garage once in a while. But anything you want to know about motorcycling, about motorcycle rights, lately we've had, I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to say we've had nothing going on, but lately it's been quiet. So I know that somebody's got something on the back burner. Mary Flowers or somebody is thinking about writing something. Our good friend, a real good friend, Donnie Trotter, did not seek re-election. So Dan and I caught him outside at one of the events we were doing down there last year. Took some nice pictures with him, talked to him for a while. Donnie Trotter was pro motorcycle, had a motorcycle accident. He wore a helmet. Kept that helmet in his office, but he never fully went against motorcyclists, but he never voted with them. But he was a good friend, and we had a little fracas with him, which we apologized for. I guess one finger doesn't mean hello, how are you? And he got mad about that. So, and it wasn't aimed at him, but he was there, and he got caught in the crossfire, the finger crossfire. It wasn't this one either. So, the Oscar's waiting for me to do it. So, Donnie Trotter, congratulations on a great career. I mean, you had a great run. You had Mary Flowers just buffaloed. Representative Flowers, everything that Donnie Trotter would write and we'd beat, she would write the exact same thing a month later. And here's how I found out how everything mirrored. So I learned how to use a computer. And I would just read everything. I'd put 2 windows up, read them all. The bills were almost identical. Wording was identical. The misspelled words were identical. So, you know, she did an Oscar. I call it an Oscar now. She cut and pasted. Yeah, she cut and pasted and said, here's my new bill I want to introduce. So, Mary Flowers, we do love you because you do stick up for a lot of the right things. It's just that motorcycling, we don't think you like us. But I like you, though, because you're a nice lady. We have a lot of politicians down in Springfield that do side with us. We have some of our people working in their offices and around their offices. So we do get a lot of good information, a lot of good heads up. We appreciate all the hard work that you guys do down there. Bob Myers, Dan Harper, Ski, you guys have been kicking it for as long as I can remember. Dan did a great job. Dan was always running around, knocking himself out. Every other month, there's a board meeting down there. And since the beginning of time, the Chicago chapter is the only chapter that has never missed a meeting down there. I think we talked about it a little bit with Rick. Sent Rick down there in a snowstorm. He went down. Jimbo was going to go down there on his bike in the snow because his car didn't run. We had to stop him. Bose, Mike Kerr. We miss you, big guy. He'd go down there. He'd take my wife with and everybody else in a non-air conditioned van. So, and they had no heat in the van. They'd be freezing their butts off going down there. So, if you want to know about dedication, that is dedication. And we're going to take a break now and do a commercial. We're on a commercial break.
We're like off the air, man.
We're on a commercial break?
They're working on it.
So anyways, while we took that brief break, Bo's decided to take us to a commercial. So we're back, and I got derailed, so I don't know what the hell we're talking about anymore. But we are talking motorcycling, and we are talking about this here, Spring Fling, our 33rd annual. I don't even know where the hell it's at anymore. So, yes, we are talking about the 33rd annual Spring Fling at A.B.A.T.E Woods. That's going to be June 15th. Gates open at noon. And there is beer. We will have beer. Lots of beer. Ooh. Okay, so Mike Kerr, once again, I'm going to explain this. He would drive down there in a broke-ass van with no heat, no air conditioning, with my wife, Cher, Little John, whoever wanted to pile into the van, and he'd drive everybody down there, and they would freeze. We have never, ever missed a meeting, and there's no chapter even close to the record that we hold. So I want to congratulate all our guys and thank all of our, even our past state board reps. Mike, I can't remember your last name, Mike, but it will come to me later. It was me for a while. I don't think Jetner did anything but yell and scream at the meeting, so who cares about him? Besides, he's old now. Skip, I don't know if Skip was one of our state board reps. But there was a lot of people in the past that went down there. And I mean, it's not an easy ride. You get down there, it's 3 hours. Takes you to get down there. Now it's at the Brookins Library. You're all welcome to go. If anybody ever wants to go to one of our board meetings, you're welcome to go. It's every other month. I think our next one is June.
June 15th.
Yeah, June 15th during our Spring Fling. Last year I was down there for it. It was 190 degrees down there, and it was even hotter up here. They were running out of ice and everything else. This year, we're calling for perfect weather. So, rain or shine, we're doing it. Everything's getting ready. Andy, get on the ball, baby. We know that you're humping, trying to get everything done. Once again, if you want any of this stuff, if you want any of this swag, come on down to the meeting. Come and get it. Oscar's got it ready for you. We're going to be saying goodbye in about a minute, so here's what I want to say. Watch out for those guys with the grass clippings. They're calling them grass holes now. And watch out for the leaves, because there are leaves on the ground and they are slippery. From all of us here, good night, and we'll see you next week.